Right, last video we talked about finding y-intercepts, remembering that in our linear equation, which is y equals mx plus c, the y-intercept is this c value here. Remembering that m is our gradient, or how steep the line is. So what we're going to do, well, last time we said there's a couple of ways we can do it. Number one, we can actually just look at the graph. And the second thing was that we can substitute in for when x equals 0. Remembering that on our graph, when x equals 0, this is our x-axis, we don't move right, we don't move left, we stay here and only move up and down, which makes sense because this is our y-axis and we want to know when we run into it. So if this was my line, I know that it's going to run into it here, which is at x equals 0. So last time we actually were trying to find a c value from a line on the graph. This time I'm going to give you a linear equation. So let's go y equals 3x plus 7. And I'm going to ask you, okay, number one, what's the gradient? And we know very simply the gradient is just that number there. We know the y-axis is here. So our y-intercept is going to run into it here. So let's just check that. Let's check it. So the y value will equal 3 times the x value plus 7 more. The reason we are figuring out, or we're trying to confirm that the y-axis is, the y-intercept is at 7, is by using x equals 0. So when x equals 0, we haven't gone right, we haven't gone left, we've stayed put. Y equals 3 times 0 plus 7. 3 times 0 is 0. Anything times 0 is 0. And then we're going to end up with plus 7 still there. 0 plus 7 is 7. So just like we said before, this number will relate to that one. So we can confirm that every time we see a linear equation, here's our gradient, and here is where it runs into that y-axis.